Pusit. Don't we all love it? En su tinta, pusit cooked in its own ink. So today, I'm going to do that, but inside the squid, I'm going to stuff with some raisins and it's going to be delicious. So let's do this. It's quite easy. In a pan, olive oil, onions. Then to our onions, we add garlic and green bell peppers. Then we add our California raisins. We cook this until our raisins are soft. And then we're going to stuff this inside our squid. But we're not going to finish it all, and you're not going to overstuff it also. I just like that little pleasant bit of surprise when you bite into it. Then to say, oh, there's raisins inside. It's quite an experience, this one. My stuffing is done, but it's very important, especially since this is squid and it's heat sensitive, that you first cool your stuffing before stuffing your pusit. So I'll cool this down, and then once it's done, we're going to stuff our pusit. You need very little of the stuffing. I just want a little surprise inside. So get your squid, clean the inside, of course, and wash it. No, that's too much. This is just about the perfect amount. I can use a little less because I might not have enough later on. And then secure it with a toothpick. Can you imagine all of that inside? And then when you bite onto the squid, there's a bit of sweetness, something fruity. So you have a recipe that's somehow completely different from your regular pusit in squid ink. There. Remember to keep about a third of the stuffing to use to cook your sauce. And so now that I've stuffed my squid, I'm so ready to do the sauce. And like I said, you keep a third of the mixture, the stuffing. It's very important. Now we're going to add some more olive oil. So I add some more onions. Of course, I add what's left of the stuffing. Tomatoes. My aromatic seasoning wine, or you can use white wine, whichever you have. 2 tablespoons of squid ink. 2 cups of fish stock or chicken stock. Or if you don't have that, you can just use water. And then let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we process it. This dish has 3 components, the first of which is the stuffed squid. The second is the sauce, and the third is like a tomato raisin relish that I just sprinkle on top once it's done. So we're going to make the cherry tomato and raisin topping now. Olive oil, some cherry tomatoes, then wait for your cherry tomatoes to blister like so. Then you can now add your raisins. A little salt, a little pepper. Wait for your tomatoes to soften, and then we will add our parsley, and this recipe is done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend my sauce. Of course, preferably cool this down for the sake of your blender. Cool this down before you blend. Turn the squid sauce, the ink, into the pan. Then we now have our stuffed squids. Look. Right. Add that there. This is almost done too. My tomatoes are nice, soft, and my raisins are also nice and plump and warmed. This one will cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. And this recipe is done, of course, after 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how soft you want your squid. We're going to season it and it's ready to serve. Here, the last step would be to add some parsley. And that is done. I'm going to show you how to plate this in a little while. Look at how nice my squid, my little tiny squids are. I am lazy to take out all the toothpicks, but a friend of mine told me that, actually his name is Joel Pascual, he told me to leave it because he says it's nice to pick and just eat it like that. So if it were up to me, I'd take it out. If it were up to Joel, he'll leave it on. The choice is yours. And of course, I made this simply because I don't like serving a dish that's all black. So here, I'm able to give it, of course, a fruitier burst thanks to the raisins and a nice red tinge thanks to our tomatoes. So there. And I'm gonna finish with some colorful microgreens just so we're not, Joel will get mad at me. Okay. So finish with some vegetable confetti, which is what microgreens are also known as. And like everything that I do, especially with squid ink, I like a good drizzle of good olive oil. This dish is finished and it's no less than excellent. So this is my beautiful California raisin stuffed pusit. Who would have thought that there'd be raisins inside? So I want to introduce you to my new friend. This is the Raisin Man. He just arrived this weekend. He came to me during WolfX. And he's now here to remind you that all our beautiful recipes are brought to you by California Raisins. Enjoy!